I need Madueke to score though. I'm not gonna hold you, bro.
Hell no, bro.
I
Nah,
need
nah, that
money. I
see,
need
even if
money
we win,
bad,
even
bro.
if we win, if Madueke
I need
scores,
money
nah, that's
bad.
just gonna piss me
Oh
off.
my god, bro. The memes are gonna be glorious, bro.
I thought you guys wanted to get rid of him, JK.
Yeah, but like it's like
He's
I
been
don't
Yeah,
good.
care.
you
I don't
know.
really care about him anymore. But it's like,
But you
nah,
can't lie to him.
what
He's
do you
been
want?
good. He's been good this season.
Nah,
He's
he
been
has
good.
not been good, bro. He hasn't
Oh
scored
my
one
god.
goal. He only scored
This
one
nigga,
goal
bro. Alright,
since
bro.
he left.
Alright,
He's not been good, bro. Nah.
we're recording, so
I don't see
whenever you're ready.
Loki. I fuck with him as a person, but as a footballer, nah.
Nah, me too. Me too. I fuck with him as a person. But bro, he's a good player. I'm not gonna lie though. When we bought him, I thought it was a bad signing because
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I
Everyone
didn't
told me
see
he was
much at
going to.
Chelsea. But bro, ever since he's been here, bro, as a backup, he's amazing. I can't hold you, bro. As a backup to Saka,
And
you can't ask for more, bro.
Nah, I low
he's
key saw the
probably going to
good.
start
I low
for
key saw the vision
he's
from
probably
him.
going
Yeah.
to start because Trossard is injured, unless they start
Yeah.
Martinelli. Low
No, I don't think we'll start Martinelli. I think Martinelli's better as an impact player. I've always said that. I wanted to sell him because I thought Arteta only saw him as a starter, so I was like, get that nigga out of here. But the way we're using him this season, I fuck with it. Not gonna lie. But yeah, let's get into it. My fault, Zavi.
Are you good, bro? What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the N10 podcast. Today we're coming at y'all with a new video. It's gonna be Chelsea versus Arsenal. It's gonna be a little preview before the upcoming game this Sunday. We have Conrad and we have JK. If you guys remember, JK won the tournament last time. And we're gonna discuss the fixture, get their predictions, get their thoughts on the game, and at the end we're gonna do a all-time Arsenal versus Chelsea 11, I believe, right, Conrad?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get straight to it. Let's start with Conrad. Arsenal have started the season very well. You guys are top of the league, Champions League as it stands, and are looking like the favorite to win both. Were you expecting to be here from the jump? Are you is there anything you want to be done better? Because I know you're a perfectionist with the team. Like, do you have any problems? How are you feeling?
Honestly, bro, at the start of this year, like during the summer, I was talking to some Arsenal fans, especially some guys overseas in the UK. The feelings around the club were very split. Like I feel like the fan base was very split on Arteta. A lot of the guys wanted Arteta out, and a lot of the guys viewed people like fans who liked and backed Arteta as like yes men. Like we don't like we're like they called Arteta a nearly man. They thought he couldn't do it. I've always backed Arteta. I never talk shit about my manager. I've always believed in the process from day one, and I'm glad that we're here. One thing I will say, like, bro, the season started amazingly. I don't want to get excited too early. That's why I haven't been talking my shit because I've been here before. So I'm gonna wait until February, March time. But as it stands, bro, like I have no complaints. Everything's going the way I wanted it to go. Like the only thing, injuries. I hope we can like we have a problem with injuries. I don't know what it is, bro, but we gotta fix that shit. But in terms of for the future, I just hope we win the league. I don't think we can do both. I don't think we're like I think wanting to win the Champions League and the league when we haven't won a major trophy in like 20 years is
I was
a
greedy.
bit crazy. Like
Yeah.
I'm cool with the league, bro. Like we could go for the Champions League next year. I want the Premier League title.
Okay.
That's my stance on it. So, yeah.
Okay. So just to recap, you're fully satisfied with the team's performance as of now, but you're not getting over your head because like of the past. Like we've bottled the league, so you're just like high
Yeah,
hopes, but you're not.
literally like this is what I thought we could do, and
Okay.
we've proven everything so far. We just beat Bayern. We beat if we can beat Spurs, Bayern, Chelsea in the span of 7, 8 days, my nigga, we can't be stopped. That's when I'm gonna start talking my shit.
We just need to
I
keep
need to beat
going.
Chelsea. I
Okay.
need to beat Chelsea, especially away. We've won two big games, but it was at home. You feel me? We have a huge advantage at home. We know
Yeah,
this.
I
Stamford
understand.
Bridge, great atmosphere, big derby. It's probably the biggest derby since the Europa League final, bro. Honestly, like
Okay.
I'm really hyped up for this. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Moving on. Let's go to JK. Chelsea fan. Chelsea start of the season has been good as well. A little bit more chaotic than Arsenal at the beginning, but you guys are figuring it out. In the past couple of weeks, you guys just beat Barcelona 3-0. Shout out Esteval, my little Brazilian. Been phenomenal. Very good in the absence of Cole Palmer. And now you find yourself second, only a couple points behind top of the league, Arsenal. I ask you the same question. Were you expecting this from the beginning? Do you have any doubts? Are you fully satisfied with the team's performance? Like, do you have anything in particular that you want them to change? How are you feeling?
Well, on the back end of last season, after last season, since we won two trophies, I was very much expecting us to be here. I was expecting the learning curve part is over, the development part is over, and this is the time where this team can start going for the big trophies. So the preseason and the signings that we made and the performances from the signings gave me a little bit more hope. Obviously, as the season has gone on, there have been a lot of discipline issues, a lot of defensive issues. But I think over the past, maybe I think we have won five of our last six games. So I think we're starting to hit a particular run of form. Players like Garnacho and Gittins are getting a bit more comfortable, even if the output is still a bit not as much as I expected it to be. The midfield is doing good. The defense, although he has his own issues, they are trying their best. And Sanchez is looking good over the past games. I think Chelsea has the second most clean sheets in the Premier League. So, in as much as our defense may be bad, statistically it's still good. And today we got the good news that Cole Palmer is back and he's ready to come on as a sub and start the Arsenal game. So, going into this Arsenal game, this is probably the most confidence I've felt in the past 4 years. So I think, yeah, at the end of last season, I saw us at being second or being in the top four at this stage of this season. I think we can do better.
Okay. So pretty much the same thing as Conrad, except that like you're expecting more from like certain players, like you're expecting them to step up and take you to where you want to be, pretty
Yeah.
much. Okay. So let's get into the main topic. Let's not keep everybody waiting. We're here today, Chelsea versus Arsenal on Super Sunday. This is probably the biggest derby, like Conrad was saying, since the Europa League a couple years back when Chelsea won. But this one, in my opinion, at least has a different feeling around it. It feels huge. It feels like both sides really want to win this game because it'll give them a good chance long term for the season for the Prem. What are your predictions specifically for your teams? I know we can't like predict perfectly, but you guys kind of before we started recording, we're kind of going back and forth. So I kind of want you guys to expand on the points you were making. Let's start with JK first since he went last.
Um, since the Stamford Bridge, I'm going to go over what I'm expecting from Arsenal first, then from Chelsea. I'm expecting the normal pressure because I think in recent years, Arsenal would have been the type of low block team, but nowadays they are more of constant pressure and their low block is more dynamic. So I'm expecting very good defense, very good man marking from Arsenal, and I'm expecting their forwards to also add a lot of pressure. And with the addition of Eze in their team, I'm expecting like a lot of issues around the edge of the box, you know. So, but then from Chelsea, I'm expecting the normal way we play. I think maybe if Palmer starts, him and Esteval could combine on that right to really cause issues. I think defensively, it comes down to whether the players' heads are in the game or not, whether they are truly focused, knowing the people that we are coming up against, knowing the type of team we are coming up against, and if they're able to accept that we're at home, that we have that home advantage, that we have the fans with us, I think maybe I can predict a 2-1 or a 1-0. Yeah.
Okay, I hear you.
Okay.
I feel similarly. Like I feel like if Chelsea win, it's not gonna be by big margin. Like it's gonna be a 2-1 game, 3-2, maybe 1-0. But Conrad, before you go, I just want to let you guys know. You guys can go back and forth here. I'm gonna take a step
Yeah, I
back. I'm
know.
gonna let
I
you
just
guys.
wanted, yeah, I just wanted him
All
to
right.
get
So
his initial
let's get
thoughts
straight
off.
to you.
Yeah, personally, the way I feel about it, genuinely going into this game, bro, I am extremely confident. This is the most confident I've felt since Arteta has taken over as Arsenal manager. This is the best side we've had. Previously, we've had sides like 22-23 where we were fast flowing on offense, great on the break. We could play possession football, we could play flowing, beautiful football, but we had zero depth. Defensively, we were okay, but we weren't the side we are today. as we've seen the other best team. I think that's the third best team we've had. The other best team we've had is 24 when we went on that 15-16 game win streak and lost the league on the final day. That was near perfection, but I feel like again we lacked depth off the bench. We had guys like Reese Nelson. Shout out that nigga. Like I fuck with him. I always fucked with him. I thought he was gonna be amazing, but at the end of the day, at that specific point in time, he wasn't at that level. Emil Smith Rowe injuries plummeted his form. He wasn't the same player. Coming off the bench, Gabriel Jesus. We had one striker off the fence. Like we had Kiwi or now, bro. Gabriel goes out, a guy comes in, and there's no difference. We beat Bayern Munich, bro. Like literally, I can't beat Spurs. I can't win the North London Derby 4-1, then beat Bayern Munich, the team that used to beat me 10-2 on aggregate when I was a kid, bro. We just beat them niggas 3-1 and completely minimized everything about that side. A team that was completely undefeated. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that's the first game they've lost this season. I'm pretty sure last
Yeah,
weekend was the first time they drew. And niggas on Twitter
yeah,
were talking about, oh my God, Bayern Munich drew. We just beat them niggas 3-1 without our best defender, arguably, in my opinion, our best player. Gabriel is the best player at Arsenal for me. He's my favorite player. I fucking love Gabriel, bro. Like, we just completely minimized the second best team on the planet. Like, I'm not scared of Chelsea, bro. I'm sorry. I don't think that's crazy to say either, bro. I know it's away, but bro, the way we've been playing, we completely minimize our opponents, bro. Chelsea lost to Bayern, and Bayern looked completely better than Chelsea. Correct me if I'm wrong. That game, I watched that game. Chelsea were good. The Cole Palmer goal was good. Even the goal Cole Palmer scored, it was just brilliance from Cole Palmer. You know what I mean? It was brilliance from one specific player. It's not Chelsea breaking them down and dominating Bayern in any way, shape, or form, bro. Like, in my
yeah.
opinion, bro, we go to Stamford Bridge, we get a 3-1, damn near 3-0 result, bro. Like, I think
I
we could
think
keep a clean sheet if we're dead ass
yeah.
locked in. But go ahead, bro.
I think another way we can look at it is like the last time we played at Stamford Bridge and it came out in a 1-1 draw.
Yeah,
Because now, obviously, Arsenal are a lot more rigid as well. But then I think from that game till now, Chelsea have a lot more to their game now. Like to be able
yeah,
to do
100%.
something against Arsenal on Sunday. Like
100%.
if
Yeah,
Palmer can play, we have Estival. The only thing I'm really worried about, not I'm not worried about Robert Sanchez. I'm just worried about what
yeah, he's been
happens.
decent. He's been decent this
Yeah,
season. I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie, he's
I'm
been.
worried about what happens right in front of him. I'm not worried about my right fullbacks, the centre backs especially,
Yeah,
because Arsenal have this way of breaking down centre backs. Like Merino can get in behind.
uh-huh.
They can still run the Declan Rice and Eze on the edge of the box. They can still run the especially from the corners as well. Like obviously some Arsenal fans don't like it, but it's not even an insult, but more of a compliment to the fact that you guys are very dangerous on corners. Like giving
When
Arsenal
niggas say set piece FC,
yeah,
I take no offense, bro.
yeah, giving Arsenal
Yeah,
a set piece is practically like it's damn
a
near an
pen,
indirect free kick for real, like
literally, bro.
penalty for real.
Like,
So
no, go ahead, my fault.
yeah, yeah. So that's just what I think. Yeah, obviously in relation to when we played Bayern, I think I don't want to give any excuses, but I think Maresca was still probably finding out how he can really like because first of all, that was our first Champions League game in 2 years. Most of the players on
Facts.
our team, I think only Palmer and Reese had played in the Champions League in
Yeah,
our team.
fair.
Like no
That's
one
fair.
else had Champions League experience. It
Yeah.
was most of their first times playing Bayern. So it was more of a okay, let's get this one out of the way. Let's gauge where we are. Let's see like okay, yeah,
Okay.
but Arsenal has been a constant in Champions. Arsenal has played Bayern. I think you guys played Bayern in the quarterfinals of the 23-24.
Yeah, we
So
lost 3-2,
yeah,
3-1.
so it's like that's a team Arteta knows. So
Mm-hmm.
in as much as yeah, it can be used as a comparison, I'd still try and maybe more look at the positives really on my side though. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Like if I was a Chelsea fan, I would be looking at it the way you're looking at it too. But I feel like that's because that's the only way you can really look at it, bro. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you. The only way I see Arsenal losing this game is if Cole Palmer, which is 100% possible. He is that level of a player. I rate Palmer very highly. He just goes insane and completely dominates the game, controls it from minute 0 to 90. You know what I mean? In terms of both teams, I feel like we're completely superior. And I agree. We have to look at the games, like you said, we have to look at the games at Stamford Bridge, even going past the 1-1 last time. That I don't know if you remember that one game you guys were like 2-0 up, and then we came back. Rice scored like from midway,
Yeah,
and then Saka last second perfect cross to Martinelli. I think it wasn't
yeah,
Trossard.
yeah,
But we've always struggled at Stamford Bridge compared to at the Emirates against Chelsea. I will give
yeah,
you that. You guys do give us a great game. You make it a derby for real. I'm not gonna act like you guys are Spurs. Spurs for the past couple of years has
yeah,
just
yeah,
been a
bro.
cakewalk, bro. I'm not
Man,
gonna
we've
lie.
been
That's
at their
just
own
it's
stadium.
disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. But
Yeah,
the way I look at it, bro, like you said, Arteta has played against Maresca. He knows your game, and we have more experience than your team. I know you guys have won trophies, but if we're talking about the Premier League, if we're talking about a title race, we're talking
yeah,
about accumulating a good
yeah,
amount of points, 90 points, 85 points. Arteta has, other than Pep Guardiola,
yeah.
nobody in the Premier League is more experienced than Mikel Arteta. He is at the peak of his powers. His players are at the peak of their powers. We are ready, bro. Like, I can't see Chelsea fucking anything up right now, bro. I can see worst case scenario a draw, and it's like a last minute goal from either side. I could see that happening, but bro, the way I see it, we're gonna win this game. We're gonna win
I
comfortably, and we're
think,
gonna go one on the street, bro.
I think, yeah, I think, I can acknowledge the amount of experience that Arteta has,
Mhm.
and this isn't even a but like, in the past year, exactly, like what I'm hoping for coming into this game is the amount of is how well Maresca has been able to impress me in big
Yeah,
games in the past 3 months.
that's
For
fair. That's fair.
example, when we played Barcelona just now, I think in as
PSG.
much I don't really see Tottenham in as the same level as us, that's still a
Yeah, yeah.
derby in a way.
But
And
it's still a big game, and you
yeah,
won 1-0, right? So it was a tough game, pretty.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and yeah,
I mean,
and
it was a 1-0,
PSG,
but it wasn't really a tough game for Chelsea. I watched that game.
yeah, yeah,
They played
and
pragmatic as fuck.
the PSG game that happened in July or August. So
Yeah,
in my eyes, I'm like, yeah, Arteta has all that experience, but then I've seen how Maresca, like for example, the PSG game, Maresca's whole thing was we get Palmer on that right because in Palmer's debut season, he he's only effective on the right with a right back that is bombing forward, and that's Malo
yeah,
Gusto.
yeah.
So both of them were able to combine on that right and really hurt the PSG team. In as much as Nuno Mendes is an amazing fullback, we were still able to exploit those spaces that PSG left on the wings because of how well they pressed. And
Yeah,
Maresca knew that. And in the Barcelona game, even before they got their red card, we had already scored, even if it was an own goal. But like from minute 1 to minute 90, Barcelona weren't on it at all. They only had two shots the entire game, and it was also at Stamford Bridge, and they don't have the same defensive tactics as Arsenal. That's why I can't really make a proper
exactly.
assessment of Arsenal's defense. The only thing I'm really worried about, even if I know it might not be likely, is for Maresca. What I'm worried about for him is his ability to adapt to a red card situation. When it happened against Man United, and then we got that red card, and then he started taking off attackers, and Pedro was the only attacker on the
Yeah,
pitch for like the rest of the first half. I I was angry, but then in his press conference, he spoke about how this is the first time he's ever been in a game with a red card. So this is not, in as much as this is something you plan for, this is not something you really expect to happen. And I think he
yeah.
didn't expect it to happen. And in the game after as well, it happened again versus Brighton. So you can expect a red card in one game, but to expect a red card in two games in a row,
It's crazy. Yeah,
that's yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like if we get a red card, like Arsenal has already hard enough to play, so to play with them with a man down is insane work.
I
But
agree.
I think with 11 men on the pitch, I won't be angry if we lose because I don't really think it says a lot about our season. I think even if we lose this game, the worst we can be at the end of the match week is fourth. But
Yeah,
I need that Arsenal win because like we haven't beaten you guys in like 4 years. So it's
that's what
like
I'm saying, bro. Like, I think
it's
last time y'all
like
niggas beat us was Lukaku when
yeah.
Lukaku
Mm.
bullied Pablo Mari, bro, at the Emirates. Like,
Oh yeah, we even
it-
beat you in 2022. I was even thinking I even forgot about that
yeah,
completely.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like
But what I wanted to say, and
yeah,
you spoke on it too, I forgot to say it before. The way Arteta adapts in game and the way this Arsenal side adapts to whatever team they're playing, bro. That's what makes me so confident against Chelsea too. We've played against so many different types of teams, and every game it's like there's no situation you could put us in where we won't just adapt. It might take us, like you saw against Bayern yesterday, a moment of brilliance from Kimmich and Carl. We were low key
Yeah.
shook for like
Yeah.
5 10 minutes, but we survived. That's one thing that we used to struggle with. As soon as like something goes wrong, especially against Man City and against Liverpool, as soon as one thing goes wrong, bro, one pass goes wrong, one mistake is made, we concede in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Like there's no recovery. We can't survive and then adapt to the game. That's what I love from this Arsenal side. We conceded against Bayern. It was 1-1. We struggled for 5 to 10 minutes, but Harry Kane did not bag. Olise did nothing.
Mm.
Like we minimized what they had to do. We set our low block and then go in the second half and we adapt to the game. We play how we need to play them. That's why I don't see like I'm not gonna say Chelsea can't win this game. It's at Stamford Bridge. It's football. Anything can happen. Chelsea have Cole Palmer. Like I said, the only way I see this game going for Chelsea if they win is Cole Palmer just going crazy. They have Esteval. They have Reece James. They have world class players. I'm not Caicedo. I love Caicedo's game. I'm not doubting that Chelsea has a good side. I'm just saying at this point in time, bro, when it comes down to experience, I don't
Mm.
think Chelsea even wants it as much as Arsenal. I don't think it's even close. And I don't think that's an insult to the Chelsea players. It's just, bro, there's a
Yeah, I can
different
definitely hear that.
there's a different
Yeah.
feeling this season, bro. And I'm not just saying this shit because I'm not one of these Arsenal fans who just romanticizes everything. I'm honest about my team. Last season, I said we weren't gonna be PSG. I wanted us to be PSG. I didn't think we were gonna be PSG. We didn't have Gabriel. This season, bro, we have so much depth, my nigga. If Eze goes out, bring in Odegaard. If Odegaard goes out, bring in Eze. Saka goes out, bring on Madueke. Martinelli goes out, bring on Trossard. Gyökeres, Jesus, Kai Havertz. The team is so fucking stacked. We're so determined, so motivated. Arteta seems so calm and in control, bro. I've never seen him like this, bro. I can't
Mm.
predict anything but a comfortable win. And this isn't even just my nigga. If I was playing Madrid, if I was playing PSG, if I was
Yeah.
playing a World 11 tomorrow, my nigga, I'm saying we're winning. This is how I
I
feel
think
about
I
Arsenal right
think
now.
I think yeah, like Chelsea players, I think like because we already have that like winning culture instilled into everyone in the team, and
Yeah.
last season was everyone's first taste of actually winning something, and the manner that we did it, like the Conference League final, we were 1-0 down, and then it was halftime, and the next half we scored 4-1. Then in the Club World Cup final as well, like we just ended the game before halftime. But then a league is very much harder to win than a competition because
That's what I was gonna say.
you
You
can
see, if
lose
this was
one.
like,
Yeah,
sorry to cut you off. You see, if this was like a cup final, I
yeah,
would have said 50-50, 100%. Chelsea can rise to that occasion. A league game, bro. There's nothing these
yeah,
niggas want more than that Premier League title, bro.
exactly. Because
Like,
Arsenal
bro,
players
that's what
like
I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think
like
so.
they have worked to like I remember the 22-23 season, the 23-24 season is always so close, but then at the same time it's a bit out of reach. But
Yeah,
then now they can see themselves going 9 point clear, going into the December, going into January, and every Premier League fan knows that December, January game is always like you
yeah.
never know what could
No,
happen. So it's good.
we still have
Yeah,
to prove ourselves. I'm not gonna
yeah.
act like we still need to show everyone that we can win this shit comfortably and that we're not gonna bottle it at the end of the day.
Sorry to
Mm,
interrupt. I wanted to
yeah.
ask you guys, both of you, what starting 11 do you want to see for each of your teams? Like, what do
JK,
you?
you
Okay.
could go
What's
first.
the 11 you want to see out there?
You could go first, JK.
I think obviously the way Sanchez has been going, he's in between the sticks. On right back, Reece James, because I'm not about to take any what's the word? Any I don't want to see any mistakes out there. Gusto is a calm player. I rate him nicely because there's this joke amongst the Chelsea fan base that we can always hate on Gusto like as much as we want, but you never see anyone saying that he should be sold because it's like, yeah, that guy can be good on his day, but Reece James is definitely more comfortable to play this game. He only played 45 minutes last game. Left back, obviously, Kukurea. He's the only one I see doing a job against Saka. But then the centre backs, me, I low key would want to see a Fofana and Josh Achampong. I don't know what Maresca has against Achampong, but I believe he's comfortably our best centre back despite the age. Chalobah to me this season. I love him, but then he has not been able to convince me and keep me like invested in him. Like I need to see like that particular, like you're one of the leaders in the squad. You've been here since 21, 22. I need to see that maturity in the way you play. And for Fana, well, in as much as he's been injured a lot, when he's on it, I think he's on it, and I think he's our best right-footed centre back. If he's not a Champong, I also take Bade Ashile Loki because I think he's good at ball playing and I think he's very physical. For the pivots in the midfield, Enzo and Caicedo, obviously, like I think that's the best thing we can go with. Um, that's if Palmer is fit. If Palmer isn't fit, then obviously that means Maresca is going to play Gusto Caicedo pivots or Gusto Reece James pivots. No, Caicedo Reece James pivots with Gusto Araba. But if Palmer is fit, then the midfield three is Palmer, Enzo, and Caicedo. I think this game we need to start Estival. I think Neto may be more on the right wing. I think Neto may be more like his work rates maybe needed more against a team that presses as much. But as in watching a lot of Estival this season, he also does a lot of defensive work, does a lot of pressing himself. So, and I think his combination with Palmer on that right is we need to test it now in a game like this. We shouldn't test it against a more inferior side and come up against a very good side and then we just shit the bed and stuff. But I think Esteval needs to start this game. In strike, I was talking to some Chelsea fans and they made me understand that maybe Liam Delap up top would make sense, even if I would go for Joao Pedro. But they explained to me that his physicality, his ability to take away the centre backs from so that the magic that players can do, like coming into the box, like shooting from outside of the box, like Palmer and Caicedo, that Liam Delap can offer that physicality. But the risk of him doing something dumb and getting a red card or a card is too much for me to accept that. So I'll still take Joao Pedro. And on the left, see the thing about our left wing is like it's so complicated because Neto can play left wing, but Maresca just doesn't play him there. So thinking he's going to play him there now isn't going to make sense. So we have two left wingers in Gittins and Garnacho. I don't know. Me personally, I like Gittins more than Garnacho. Even if I've grown to like Garnacho this season, I didn't really like him when he was at United, but I didn't really hate him either. But watching him against Barcelona, he really struggled even against that high line. Like aside from the chance he created that was eventually an offside goal that he caught in and Kunde fell flat and then he passed it to Santos and Santos scored. But then most of the times he's going to run forward and then turn back and then pass. And like that can cause a lot of mistake because of the amount of pressure Arsenal applies. And because of Arsenal is so good defensively as well. I think Arsenal's starting right back is Timber as well. So I don't think I think maybe Gittins can offer some type of dynamic dribbling, that swiftiness, that quick footedness that we need. But then I have to remember as well, Kukurea is still going to be bombing forward a lot. So he may be the one creating those chances. But yeah, Gittins on the left, and I think that's my ideal starting 11 on Sunday.
I agree. I think the only thing I would disagree with, I see what the other Chelsea fans are saying by Liam Delap. I think the physicality up top is very like it's the best profile to play against Arsenal. Like it's the most effective profile of striker I've seen against our team. Like you when you're playing against Arsenal, bro, your striker isn't gonna do much in my opinion, unless it's like Kylian Mbappe. Your striker is more of like a chess piece in the game. You get what I'm trying to say? Like he's more of a player who's gonna be there to allow your stars to do something. Cause
Yeah,
bro, I don't think Joao Pedro is that. I think he's very talented. Like I support Brazil. You see the flag up
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I love
I
Joao
think he's
Pedro.
talented,
I
but
think
it's
he's
like
very
he's still
technically
very young.
brilliant. But I don't think he's killing it. I think a striker who the only strikers that I would say if you're playing against Arsenal as a coach, you should give them the platform to do whatever they want. Is Kylian Mbappe, Harry Kane, this, that, the third. You get
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say?
yeah,
But so I would start Liam Delap and Garnacho. I don't know if I would start him, but I think he definitely should play this game. I think
yeah,
if he
yeah.
doesn't start, you should bring him on. Because like you said, Garnacho does struggle. Garnacho can struggle for 90 minutes, but this nigga can create something out of nothing, bro. I
Nothing.
won't take that away
Yeah,
from him. Looking at him at United, bro, that bicycle kick. came out of fucking nowhere. Even on the wing,
That's
like
my fault.
against Barcelona, bro, he cooked Kunde out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Like nobody was expecting that to happen. It just happens. The guy, he's not a guy who's consistently gonna dominate a game, but
yeah,
if you, he's good at making niggas forget about him too. Like he's good at making the fullback he's playing against not really focus on him or not really see him as a threat, and then
yeah.
just
So his
catching you
speed, he
by
can just
surprise.
use
In
his
my
speed
opinion,
and
yeah,
just
yeah.
turn it back. Yeah.
But if I was gonna starting 11 tomorrow, Daver not tomorrow on Sunday, Daver and goal, obviously best keeper in the world on form in my opinion. Timber right back, best right back in the league in my opinion. Got Saliba. I think Gabriel's still out, so I would probably say Mosquera. I prefer him to Nkapie, but I think it's really about whatever Arteta wants to do, bro. I don't think either of them are that much better than the other. To if I see Nkapie start on Sunday, I'm not gonna feel any type of
Yeah,
way
you
about
won't be
it.
mad
I
about
I,
it.
I I
Yeah.
rate Nkapie. He's a good player. Calafiori, I would put Calafiori just to be sure. I could bring on Skelly if Calafiori struggles, but I think Calafiori should be rewarded for his couple for the past couple performances he's put in. I think he's been putting in really good shifts against Bayern. He came on and completely changed the game out of nowhere. Like the upside of Calafiori is insane. Sometimes he does struggle, like he does have a floor, but the ceiling of this guy, bro, it's outrageous.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna with you, bro. In midfield, Zubamendi, Declan Rice, nothing changes. Now, if Odegaard can play, I will always play Odegaard. I think I know y'all niggas don't rate Odegaard. That's my captain. That's my dog. I rate him over. I still think he's the most talented player at Arsenal after Gabriel Jesus in terms of ability, in terms of footballing ability, is
Mm.
Jesus Odegaard, and they're right there. And you see everybody else that's not a defender is way under them niggas, bro. Like Martin Odegaard at the peak of his powers, glorious footballer to watch, in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't agree, but I don't really care. He's my team, my captain,
I
the player
hundred
I want.
percent, I 100% agree. Just to put that, Odegaard is brilliant on his day.
Okay. Fair enough. Bukayo Saka on the left, Bukayo Saka on the right, of course, and then on the left, Madueke for me, and then up top, I would put Marino, bro. I like rewarding players for how good they've been playing. I believe in that as a coach. Like I think you play Marino up until he makes you not play him. You get what I'm trying to say? Up until he puts in a shift where you're like, let's bring back Victor, but Victor's still out. And even if he can come back, I think he should come on for Marino. I don't think we should just put him against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, starting first game back. He's still a new player in the Premier League. So yeah, I would start Marino personally. Like
Who are you playing
that.
attacking midfield?
You said what?
You've only named 10 players. You didn't name the attacking midfielder.
No, I said Odegaard.
Oh, so you play Odegaard over Eze right now.
If he can play, yes, 100%. Always, like I said, I play Odegaard over anyone if he's
I
available.
think I think I rate Odegaard, but then I can, in as much as I don't agree with people who don't rate him, I can understand how they feel about it sometimes. Because
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
it's like an Odegaard on his day thing until it's the day you really need him. Because first of all, he's your captain, and is
Exactly.
like a captain has to maybe not always be on it, but always lead by example.
I hear
Especially
it. I hear it.
if you're Odegaard, I think when he became captain, he was the youngest captain in the league at the time. So it's like,
Yeah.
and then if you look at Eze, obviously first person to score a hat trick in the North London derby. I think he got an assist. I think he got an assist on against Bayern. So it's like he's on form right now. He's going crazy right now, and I don't think Maresca is going to sacrifice that for like an if thing, even if he knows Odegaard's
Oh
ability.
yeah. Like I said,
Like,
I believe in the concept of rewarding guys for the performance they've been putting in for the past couple games. But when it comes to Martin Odegaard, bro, I don't give a fuck. Play Odegaard. That's just me though. I know I'm biased towards that. I'm not saying it's the objective take. You know what I mean? Like I believe Arteta's gonna play as it. Like, but I would start Odegaard.
I think if he's going to play Odegaard, it'll have to be like an overthinking thing. He'll probably play Eze in the 10 and play Odegaard over Zubimendi and make Rice
Nah,
defend.
I don't think he'll do that. I don't think
Yeah, yeah, that's what
Zubimendi
I'm
and
saying.
Rice will always play. That's
I
my
don't think
thing.
he's going to want to take
Yeah,
that
yeah.
risk, and he'll
I
probably
think I
bring on
agree. I think we
Odegaard.
should integrate him back because the thing is
Yeah,
too, bro. The guy every time he comes back, he gets injured. Like and like you said, it's valid criticism when y'all say the captain needs to lead by example. But the only thing I don't like, every player gets excused or gets excuses made for them once they struggle with injuries, except for Martin Odegaard. I don't understand the way. The guy got injured last season, came back, got injured again, came back this season, got injured again, came back this season, got injured again, and niggas are mad because he's not putting up 8 out of 10 performances week in week
Yeah,
out, bro.
I think maybe that's because me personally, I didn't even know he was that injured. I didn't even know he was that injured
He
prone.
got injured
For me,
four
is
times in the
that
past 2 years, and
yeah,
like he was out for a couple weeks minimum every time.
yeah. For me, is that like there are some particular games where like there are some particular games where me I've even spoken to some Arsenal fans about it, and like from my own opinion as well. Sometimes it feels like Odegaard is holding the team back.
Yeah, yeah,
Sometimes it's like Odegaard always overthinks his next decision. He
and
can make that easy pass. Like these are passes Odegaard can make. These are passes that in the 22-23 season. I remember the Odegaard and Bruno Fernandes debates, but I think that has died down now. But like these are passes we know you can make. Like we know you have the good football brain. Like even if you're not playing for Arsenal or you play for Norway, you have Haaland in front of you. So these are passes that you should be able to know when to make. But then sometimes he plays it safe, and then those are like crucial times when Arsenal needs him to not play it safe, when they need him to be there, or we don't know what we can
the
expect
risk
next
taker,
from this
yeah,
guy.
the guy who breaks the line.
Yeah,
I
so
hear
I
that.
think in the time where Odegaard has been injured, Arteta has been able to adapt and find a group of players like Eze and Merino that
Yeah.
and Declan Rice as well, and even Zubimendi sometimes that can sort of okay, if Zubimendi doesn't make the right pass, then Declan Rice is going to make the right pass the next
Yeah.
time, or maybe when Calafiori is coming in, he'll make the right pass, or even Saka as well. So it's like yeah, I don't think that's something you want to that flow is something you want to risk right now, and maybe Odegaard can get like a good 45 minutes, 35 minutes this game.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that. And I would even go as far as to say I agree. It's just, bro, the way I feel about Martin Odegaard, bro, like he's my favorite player in the team. You know what I mean? Like personally, on a personal level, like I always want to see the guy out there. But I hear the only thing I want to touch on before we get into the all-time 11s, Esteval, bro. I have to give it to y'all. That nigga's special, star boy. But I do think you guys are overrating him a little bit, bro. Like the Neymar and Ronaldinho comparisons I've been
Nah,
seeing
bro.
are
Do you know the thing?
insane, bro.
Do you know the thing? This didn't even start from Chelsea.
Chelsea fans, no,
This guy,
I hear that, but I
this guy,
think let me
like, bro.
rephrase my take. I don't think you guys are overrating him, but I think he's becoming slightly overrated.
Bro, see, when do you know his nickname from when he was 10 years old? They called him Messinho, bro.
Yeah,
Like
missing you, I
if
know,
I
bro.
even if I look up Messinho right now,
He
like
pops up.
it's him that
Yeah, yeah,
comes.
yeah. That's fair,
So it's like
but
he's been like the truth for Brazilians for like a while. Like they've always knew that this guy is going to be this player and become a great player. I don't think it's more of like overrating because nowadays in football, any next bright young talent like this
we're very
like
reactionary.
even
Yeah,
if
that's true.
this guy doesn't have the PR, but that Leonard Carl guy, like the guy's looking
Amazing.
crazy,
He's
and the way
amazing,
Estevao has
bro. He's
yeah,
amazing.
that's the way Estevao has done it. Like he broke Neymar's record for the first player to like he's the only player that's exceeded Neymar's GA at a younger age in the
In
Brazilian
Brazil.
league.
Yeah, yeah.
Won the player of the season, everything. He scored like over 30 goals. Then Club World Cup game, he got like two man of the matches. Then he scored a goal against his next team. He scored a goal on his debut in the preseason. He's just been going crazy any chance they gave him. And like this Barcelona game was like his storyline is like the perfect story.
The story's been perfect
So
so
like,
far. Yeah, I
then
agree.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like it's looking too good to be true. That's why it's like
Right.
some guys is like
I hear
okay,
that. I hear that. But my
exactly.
thing
So
is,
for some people, it's like they're
like,
overrating him.
I'm not even saying I don't think he should be rated. Like the my problem is the players he's being compared to. It's like I feel like people are watching him and not even profiling him right. He's not a
Mm.
Neymar type player at all, bro. And this is not to say that I love the guy. I support Brazil. I want him to do good. I want him to do amazing at Chelsea, then go to Barca and have an amazing career. That's
No,
my
I
dream
want
for the
him to
guy.
stay in Chelsea
No, I
forever.
know, but you
Yeah,
get what I'm trying to say. I
yeah.
have no reason to hate on Esteban.
Mm.
Genuinely, this is coming to compare this guy to Neymar. It if I hear you compare him to Neymar, it just lets me know you don't understand what Neymar is.
Yeah, but then
You know what I'm trying to tell you?
every next yeah, I grab what you're saying, but like it's like every next
Yeah,
quick dribbling, like every next quick dribbling youngster is like, I remember like when Vinicius first burst onto the scene until like he started being very horrible. Guys were like, okay, this is the future of Brazil. I remember Rodrigo for a brief time in 21, 22, even Yamal as well. But then it's not only what he's doing for the club. It's like Neymar is the hope of Brazil. Like like if you go to Brazil right now, if you even ask some Brazilians, they'll probably still tell you they want to see Neymar in the 2026 World Cup squad because it's like
Yeah,
when
Neymar is
he's
gonna win the
there,
Ballon d'Or next year, bro. He's gonna win the
yeah.
World Cup.
So like when he's there, it's like that's like that means we're gonna win. Like even when you saw it in the 2022 World Cup, the match against Croatia, he's the only thing differentiating Brazil from winning and losing. Now
It's
we saw
Neymar.
Brazil in the Copa America without Neymar. Yeah, they made it to the semi-final, but their top players weren't performing, and then it was just a lot of like inshallah ball, and
Yeah,
then
it was pragmatic
Uruguay.
too. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, it was very
But then
pragmatic.
now this season, although there have been lots of friendlies, but then Estevao is Brazil's top scorer. Brazilians believe in him, so they are seeing him. The comparison to Neymar is not more in play style, but in that like symbol of
Okay,
hope.
I hear that. I hear that.
Yeah,
I like how you put that because genuinely, bro, I think it's me being reactionary too because Neymar is my favorite player ever, my idol. Like, bro, sometimes when I see niggas get compared to the only guy from this generation, I'm not even gonna say he plays like Neymar. Lamine Yamal is the only guy who can run a game
he's the
like
closest.
Neymar or Messi or Hazard or those guys used to run games. Estevao is not that profile of player, bro. Even Desiree Doué is not that profile of player. Estevao to me is a final third demon. You get that guy in his
Mm,
spots coming into the right against the fullback, against the center back. He'll cook cook defenders, score a nice goal. He's not Neymar. He's not, bro. When you're number 8 or you're number 6 has the ball, they're not just thinking, how do I get Estevao the ball as soon as possible? That's more Cole Palmer, in my opinion.
mm,
Neymar is everywhere on the pitch constantly. Like, I don't like those comparisons, but I do get what you're saying when you're saying it's more of like what he represents to Brazilians as of now. He's the
yeah.
next up and coming youngster. I do agree. I agree. Oh. So
Mm.
we're gonna get into the all-time 11, right, Xavier?
Yeah, but before the all-time 11, there's just one thing I
Yes,
wanted to
yes.
say. In my opinion, I can completely understand why guys would put him as that number one, and I can completely understand why guys wouldn't put the other guy as the number one as well. But the conversation of Reece James and Timber, I think, is this type of conversation where it's like, yeah, if Reece James is that good, then why isn't he playing so much games? And then for the other side, it's like, okay, if Timber is that good, why hasn't that defense won anything? Why haven't they been able to win anything like Reece James? So it's like, in my opinion, I don't know how to word it properly, but I just think what Reece James can do with the ball, aside that aerial ability of Jurrian Timber, because Jurrian Timber has that aerial ability. I think when like football fans, whenever they reference how important it is, how other footballers talk about a footballer, no one talks about Timber the way they talk about Reece James,
I agree.
especially after facing him.
I agree.
Like things like Reece James, the what he brings to his national team as well. Like you can't say that the impact both of them have on their national team is the same. Although Timber, he's not even a system thing, but like he's a very very good defender. I just think personally that like what James can do with the ball, the amount he brings to his side, the amount of safeness his versatility as well. He can play everywhere at the back, aside the left back. He can play DM. He can put in a shift as center mid. He can put in a shift as a right winger as well. I just think it's like it is really. And another issue of it is like the comparisons because we see on Sunday now there's going to be a lot of matchups. There's going to be the
Yeah.
Reece James Timber matchup. There's going to be the Caicedo Rice matchup. I think it makes people enjoy the game less, especially each fan base. Like if someone tells me, if a Chelsea fan tells me that Declan Rice isn't good at football, I can't hear you out anymore because
No, yeah, 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 100%.
that's a completely nuanced take.
100%.
The same
It's
way if an
no,
Arsenal
I
tells me,
yo,
yeah,
90% of the football discourse you find online is just
yeah,
complete nonsense, bro.
exactly.
It's
It's
just
like fan
niggas
base.
talking with their ego and
Yeah.
backing players who play for their team and not
Exactly.
rating
Like,
players
it's
who play
like
for the other
in
team.
as much as you can love football, like why do you care so much? Like why do you genuinely care so much that this guy is better than this guy to the extent that you're going
I
to
care if my
completely
team is better than
water?
your team. That's all I care about personally, bro.
exactly, they are going to completely water down their abilities. Like guys who say that Caicedo is just rough. Like you can't even enjoy the game anymore because before you even watch the game, you already have like 5,000 lenses on your eyes already ready to hit
I agree
whatever he does.
100%.
So I think watching that Chelsea Arsenal games, a lot of fans should really be open to understanding that yeah, this guy might not be better than my guy, and that's me. But then I can't just say
Still
he's
a
bad.
great player, bro. Like,
Yeah, and Rice and Caicedo don't even play the same position
at
anymore.
all.
They like
At all.
exactly. So Rice is Arsenal's 8 and Zubimendi is their 6. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Caicedo is at 6 and Enzo
Like
is at 8.
even last season, I never compared Rice and Caicedo. I always compared Caicedo to he who shall not be named. But you know what I mean? That was the guy I
Yeah,
always compared Caicedo to. Like that's what I mean. And I think what you just said is very valid. And I think Arsenal are a huge victim of this. I think this is why rival fans or even neutrals to a certain extent they can't enjoy some Arsenal games.
yeah,
They're still watching
yeah,
it through the lens
exactly.
that set piece FC, set piece FC. Like, bro, you watch the Bayern game and you're talking to me about a corner, bro.
Exactly. Like, even before the Chelsea game as well, no one believed we were going to win. The Chelsea and Barcelona game,
Yeah,
no one, everyone I ever spoke to told me, you guys are losing. How is Kukurea going to pull you out? How is like, and in my mind, I was like, you guys just don't watch Chelsea. Like, even on like the TikTok lives and stuff, I was talking to this MCFC Abdi guy, and he was giving criticisms on the Barca and Chelsea game. And I asked him, did you watch it? And he said, I asked him to say Wallahi, and he said Wallahi he didn't watch the game. So I'm like, bro, like guys were even telling me that, like exactly, like guys were even telling me that Kukurea isn't going to be able to pocket your amount. Now it's like, oh, you see all these guys having the opinions as of now that okay, Kukurea is the best left back in the league, and it's like
literally it changes every
he was
game.
already
Their
bad.
opinions change. It's so
Exactly.
reactionary in my opinion. I hate that shit.
It's such a like yeah, one game this guy is good, and then after this game he's not good anymore. So I don't really understand like football fans anymore because you are meant to be a fan. In as
Literally,
much as you support your team, love the game. Don't now like I'm not going to tell someone that Calafiori is bad just because of he's not as good defensively as Kukurea.
huh?
But he went like Calafiori going forward is crazy. So I'm like, bro, the guys just need to like brighten up for real about the game and just enjoy the sport for real.
Facts. I agree. Like, yo, the only players on Chelsea's team that I would say, if I'm Maresca, I'm looking to improve on is the back line, bro. Like, I'm keeping Reece James, obviously. I'm keeping Cucurella. I need two center backs, bro. I need two center backs.
Yeah,
If, yo, two good center backs will change your life, bro. Like, your team has
definitely.
so much potential, but, like, you don't understand how important defense is in this
Defenses,
Premier League
yeah.
era, bro.
Arsenal has
Like,
showed us how important defense is now for real.
literally, it can
Stable
yo,
at the
you
back.
can have an amazing midfield, an amazing front three. If you're defensively poor and they find the weakness that they can like keep attacking, you're fucked. You see, bro, we had 2022-23, we had Zinchenko, Saliba, Gabriel, Ben White in the back line. It
Yeah,
worked. It was a good back line. But as soon as one of them niggas got injured in Saliba,
yeah,
we were losing to we went from being able to completely dominate Liverpool to struggling against near relegation teams, bro. Just because
yeah,
Rob Holding is there. They know if they go on that side, they're gonna find something every time. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You need two
yeah.
good defenders. But other than that, Chelsea, Maresca has done a brilliant job. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I rate Maresca, but the way I see it, I just think it's not his time yet, bro. If it's
Yeah.
anybody's time right
I
now,
can
it's
hear that. Yeah,
Mikel Arteta's time, bro. I know niggas don't want to hear it. I know niggas hate to hear it, but bro, inshallah, bro. Like I hope nothing goes wrong because I'm gonna look like a dumbass, but I really believe this shit, bro. Like I really believe this
yeah.
shit, bro.
Okay, so that wraps up the debate segment of this episode. We're now gonna make an all-time Arsenal and Chelsea 11, which Conrad and JK have to agree on.
Okay.
All right.
So
So,
yeah.
what do you guys want to start first, Chelsea or Arsenal?
No, we have to like
Is there an all-time combined XI
like
Oh, shit,
or
combined. I
combine.
thought we were
Yeah.
doing like one for Arsenal
No,
and one for
no,
Chelsea.
no, no. We have to
Combined, let's
agree
get it.
on like so we
Oh,
start
that's
with
interesting.
keeper, right back, center backs, left
Uh
backs,
huh.
other strike.
All
yeah?
right.
So
So
I think yeah, let's start.
keeper, keeper, I think is stuff he's
I think
playing. So
check
yeah,
takes it.
I
Okay,
mean he
yeah,
played for both to be fair. So yeah,
yeah.
I'll take check.
No, I
I
think
think right back,
check.
right back, I'd give y'all. What would you say, Ivanovic?
Ivanovic, or I think in club legacy, seeing as Chelsea's like success is, as we all know, like very new, like it's in the past 20 years, 25 years.
Mhm.
I think I'll say our best right backs in that time have been the Ivanovic, Aspi, and Reece James. But I think in legacy, I'll take Aspilicueta.
Okay, I
I
got you.
think, yeah.
Okay, okay. I don't
Center,
mind putting SB there. I think center backs. I think Terry and Tony Adams or So
yeah,
Campbell, in my opinion. I think it depends on how you want to look at it. If you want to look at the legacy aspect, Tony Adams is to some Arsenal fans bigger than Thierry Henry, bro. So like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? I always put him there. But if we're talking about in terms of ability and what they've done, give me So Campbell, bro. If you
yeah.
go
I'll
back and
take,
watch games,
I think,
first real modern center back in the day, bro.
I think
So
Terry and Sol Campbell would make sense.
okay,
For
so
left
left
back,
back Ashley Cole. It's we
Ashiko.
don't even have to
It could be
debate on that.
Ashikola Arsenal or Ashikola Chelsea,
Literally.
anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Are we taking a
midfield,
midfield three?
that's where it gets a bit techie in my opinion. I
Yeah, so
think for sure Lampard, for sure Lampard, for sure Vieira in my opinion, for sure both.
I low key take Kante over Vieira, low
Hell
key.
no, hell no.
Uh,
I
I think
disagree. I disagree.
I think
I
I think
think
I think though what I think though is that um it could even be a Lampard, Kante, and Vieira midfield, but they miss out on someone like Cesc
yeah. There's
Fabregas. So
another guy. There's another guy
why I
that
would say
played
that
for
is
both that I need. That I need.
who who
Fabregas.
yeah, that's why I said that you miss
Yeah,
out on
yeah,
Cesc
yeah.
Fabregas.
I
So
think
I'm
it
like,
should be Vieira, Lampard, Fabregas. In my
I see.
opinion,
I'd personally take Kante because it's like, yeah, Vieira was crazy when he was was the word Arsenal.
yeah,
And I won't even probably put Kante as like a DM. Really, I think it was more of a
exactly.
box to box. But I think the way he was able to be that important, especially in our 2016-17 Premier League run, our 2021 Champions League run,
Hmm.
how he was able to close out his English career and solidify himself as like one of those top guys.
Especially what he did at
I don't know.
Brighton.
Like me personally, I just give it to Kante
I
for real.
hear
Like,
it. And I think it's like I said with Tony Adams and So Campbell, it's based on how you look at it. I think Kante spent more years in England and I think he's done more in England. But if you look at who's the better player, bro, when I look at it, and I'm not talking out of my ass. You can ask anybody who knows me. I am a football nerd. My favorite thing to do is sit on my bed, roll up, and watch a retro game from 2002, minute 0 to minute 90. I've watched over 15 Vieira games. The guy is literally, I'm not gonna say just as good as Conte defensively, but you're not missing much if you take out Conte and put in Vieira defensively. And going forward, levels above Conte, in my opinion. Absolute levels. Bro, you see, you guys have the goal conceded record, right? 15 goals conceded. Before y'all broke that record, Wenger had that record, and it was only 17 or 16, if I'm not mistaken. And we were playing a 4-4-2 with no DMs. Vieira and Gilberto Silva as two eights, and we conceded 16 goals. If you understand football and understand the work that those midfielders are doing to make a team concede 16 fucking goals, bro, and we're not playing a low block, you know that Arsenal team with Thierry Henry, with Freddie Lundberg, with Perez, all those guys, that's free flowing football that adapts to the team they're playing against. So to concede 16 goals while also being the profile of Vieira, in my opinion, going forward is much better than Conte, I would take Vieira. But like I said, it's how you look at it. I think if you're looking at the legacy aspect, what they did in England, the career they had in England, because went to Italy, he traveled around, I would give it to Conte. But we did go So Campbell instead of Tony Adams. So if we're following that logic, I don't know. You hear me?
I heard my thing is like, yeah, Vieira was going forward was insane, but then at the same time, like I think like football in the early 2000s isn't like the quality wasn't bad. It was still very high levels of football. But I think if you slot in a modernized Kante into that era, he's just gonna look levels above other DMs aside Vieira. I think how he was able to how like his engine, how he was able to his presence in that midfield, like you wouldn't for once try and make a sloppy pass. You would always be checking your shoulders because 1 second he's there, 1 second he's not there, 1 second he's just taking the ball off you. I think going forward, obviously his output wasn't close to Vieira's, but then his participation in that build up for me personally. I think it just edges Vieira like sometimes where he's able to run from all the way back all the way to the front, just glide over the midfield, get the ball to who he needs the ball to go to. I'm okay taking Vieira in this position because I think is a very interesting and complex argument that could
Yeah.
really go on for a while. But at the same time, Vieira did win more prems. He had more team success in the Premier League than Kante. So yeah, I'm okay to give it to Vieira for this one.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I do think it's very close too. And another thing I want to say, yes, I do agree that and I've always said this, the level, the product of football as a whole has improved. It's always going to improve. Basketball, every sport. That's logic. You know what I mean? We evolve, we adapt, we become better at anything we practice. But back in the day, the average player compared to the average player today levels above, in my opinion. But the best of the best players back in the day, much better than the best of the best today. If you look at the amount of world class midfielders, the amount of world class strikers, and that's why I think it even enhances them because teams back then, if you go back and watch games, it's a very interesting thing to do because football was so different back in the day, bro.
Exactly.
It was more about getting your world class players in good positions. Like
Exactly.
the whole thing is built around them to like maximize their output, and then you just have bodies around them. Nowadays, everyone's a body. You get what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say? Like
Yeah,
everyone's
and
an
I think nowadays, like I think the difference between back then and now is like now you could score like for example, Troy Parrott is a good footballer, but then that hat trick he had against Hungary and the two goals against Portugal, I was seeing some Liverpool fans saying, "Oh, bring him in," and I'm like, back then you had to be actually
exactly,
good as fuck to
exactly.
like be put in that world class. Like there wasn't Instagram, there wasn't social media, there wasn't that much PR. You had to be even if you had like a six
Consistently
goals,
good,
exactly.
bro.
Even if you had like a 10 goals and 6 assist season,
Yeah.
you didn't have like social media to undermine that
That's
because
the thing. Niggas did not
footballers,
care about
exactly,
stats
footballers
either.
on their
Niggas just
own,
cared about
yeah,
you impacting your team winning. That's all niggas cared about. And that's
yeah.
all
So I
niggas
think world
should
class
care about.
players, yeah,
Even
yeah,
when
I
you
think
look
world
at
class players back then were definitely better than now.
yeah, I agree. Like
Yeah.
in my opinion, I've always said this. You're not looking at stats when you're rating players. In my opinion, the eye test is over everything. If you understand football, how does he impact the overall result of the game? You know what I mean? How that's why you see Bukayo Saka. That's the favorite player I love to ask niggas about. This is how I test. I test if you know ball. If you don't rate Saka, in my opinion, you don't know ball, bro. You don't understand what he allows everybody else to do consistently, even if Saka doesn't score a goal. Every time we need to relax, bro. Give the ball to Saka. He'll hold it up for 10, 20, 30 seconds if you need him to. And then everybody gets back, puts in a brilliant cross. Consistent, he impacts the team. Even if we don't score off that cross, we get a corner. We get a corner next
Yeah.
time. We get 4 or 5 corners. You get what I'm trying to say? That's why I think niggas don't rate.
Mhm.
Even Enzo Fernandez, he does it bad, but the nigga runs. He's dirty.
Yeah.
Like he's an
I think yeah,
Argentinian
I
guy.
think the
He
thing about the eye
impacts
test.
Chelsea, bro.
Yeah, I think one thing about the eye test as well is like sometimes people are more focused on how good does it look. The greatest players like Salah. I'm not going to say anything against Salah's career, amazing career, but we can see now, especially this season, aside his age, that the way he plays, it has caught up to him. It's
Yeah,
not, it
but
can't work anymore. That's not
that's
going to work out
fair though.
anymore.
It caught up to him at an age where I feel like, bro, it's fair that it caught up to him
Yeah.
at this age. You know what I mean? Like, bro, most guys at this age are nigga. I hate to take this example because I think this guy is world. Look at Wayne Rooney, bro. Yo, Wayne
Mm.
Rooney went from when I was a kid, bro, at 25, 26 years old, was the best player on the planet. At 28, 29, that nigga wasn't even top 50. Genuinely, like, some players have fallen off so early.
So
I feel like
quickly as
niggas
well.
were waiting for Salah to fall off so they could talk shit about it. You feel me? Even though it's more than fair for him to fall off at this age. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Like what
Mm.
this guy's done,
Mm.
I hate watching Salah. I don't like watching the guy play.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that he gets compared to Thierry. I despise the fact that he gets compared to Thierry. But he has the numbers to back it up. And it's not even just about the numbers. He has the consistent impact on Liverpool winning trophies and getting to Champions League finals and doing this, that, and the third consistently. So you can't hate on it.
Right
But
quick, right quick. You said a name that I wanted to come up because I wanted to ask a question. JK, you're familiar with the NBA a little bit, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, I watch a lot of
Oh,
NBA.
perfect, perfect, perfect. I was scrolling on TikTok and came across like another soccer podcast, a football podcast, and somebody said Thierry Henry is the Kevin Durant of football.
yeah, I saw that clip. I saw that clip.
What do you think? Because it makes perfect sense to
It
me.
I
makes
think,
sense.
Like he
I
went to
think,
the team
okay,
that beat him
Henri,
and
okay,
beat
yeah,
him.
it makes sense because it's like Durant was at OKC with Ross and Harden,
Mhm.
got to the finals, also got to conference finals another year, and it was like, yeah, we can't just get there yet. But then he teamed up with Curry, Draymond, Clay, and then it was like he's getting all the rings. And then the guys, you could even argue that some guys can even argue that he was a better player on Golden State during that time because he had the two final MVPs and stuff. But then, I think what differentiates it is then Henri as well. Because what I think what differentiates it is that Henri actually won at Arsenal. Then he went to Barca to get that UCL. He went to go and get that
That's where
ring.
it's different. There's
Yeah,
more.
and
Henri
then the
went
way both of them,
invincible in the Premier League, bro.
Fair.
yeah,
There's
and the
also
way both of
there's
them are
also like
remembered as
Katie
well.
left OKC to still be a number one though, whereas Thierry left
That's why
Arsenal
I think it's
to
different.
be
Yeah,
a
he
number
was like
two,
No,
supporting
yeah,
to
cast.
that's
be a
why I
Yeah,
think
number
it's
two.
different too. He gave his peak years to the club he loved. All his peak years.
yeah,
He tried to win us.
that's what I'm saying.
Bro, Thierry Vieira left. Sol Campbell was injured the whole season.
Yeah,
Bergkamp was injured the whole season in 2006.
Cole
You go
left
back and watch
too.
those games. Henri was captain. Nigga, we beat Madrid at the Bernabeu with Sanderos at the back. Yo, before
Mm,
watching those games, I had never heard of that nigga, bro. Who the fuck is Sanderos?
mm.
Like,
Yeah, so and also like two other things like the way they are remembered.
yeah,
Henri's loved in football. Like you can't really hate
KD's a
on
villain.
Thierry
KD's
Henry,
a villain,
but
yeah.
then KD like bro, niggas hate Kevin
I
Durant
love
for
KD
real,
though.
man.
Like I don't love KD
I
because
love
I'm a
KD, yeah,
Phoenix Suns fan, but I don't hate
yeah,
that nigga
and
because
Pete
of the
like
Warrior shit.
we didn't do the attack for the combined exercise, so I think let's start from right wing.
Oh shit, you're
Yeah,
right,
Yeah,
bro.
let's run
Yeah,
it
yeah,
back.
yeah,
my fault. Wait,
I
right
got
striker.
wing.
strike.
Or let's get the positions that aren't up for debate out the way. In my opinion, we have Hazard,
Okay,
Henry, right?
Hazard Henry, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Now right wing, who you putting though? Joko?
Hold
I'm
on.
taking
Oh.
either
You guys are putting Thierry up top, not as a
yeah,
left
Thierry
winger.
as a
No,
striker, yeah,
Arsenal tier is a striker.
Okay.
Yeah, and Hazard on the left.
yeah.
Before we wrap this shit up, get your final score prediction. We'll each give a final score prediction. What you think will happen?
Um, 2-1, 1-0. Yeah, for me.
2-1, and who would you goal scorers?
2 goals. I think I don't know. I think maybe an Enzo penalty and a Cole Palmer goal, and then for Arsenal, I think for Arsenal goal, I think because Martinelli is the only guy that like he always scores, so I'll probably just say Martinelli for him.
Okay. I'm going 3-1. Me be humble. 3-1. I'll say I think the lap scores just like a poacher goal, in my opinion. Like he just makes the best out of a situation. And I think Saliba bags his first from some set piece. I don't know if it's a indirect free kick or a corner. I think Saka's gonna bag, and I believe we go Merino. Merino a header or
Yeah,
just a yeah.
okay,
I
yeah,
can see Merino scoring an
Merino.
actual brilliant
I
goal
can
in this game.
definitely say,
Yeah,
yeah.
Xavier, you
We
want
didn't
to say
get the
what?
right wing though. We didn't get the right wing though for the
Yeah, yeah,
all-time
yeah.
comeback.
I think
Yeah,
you guys are tripping. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I think it's gonna be like end to
no,
end. I think it's gonna. I think we're gonna see at least 4 goals. Like
no.
I think we're gonna see at least 4 goals in total. I'm going 3-2 or 4-2.
Mm.
Arsenal. If it's 4-2, I think Declan gets one. I think Saka gets one. I think Marino gets one. And if Nwaneri comes on, he gets one.
No.
Mm.
I don't know.
You're going
And
I don't see
optimistic with
that.
it. All right. I feel that.
and then for Chelsea, Palmer penalty, And then I want to say Garnacho for some reason.
Yeah, low
'Cause he
key.
always
Low key.
scores at like a big game for some reason. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. So yeah, you're right, JK. We didn't pick a right winger. So to end this shit off,
I think
I'm
low
putting
key. I think
I'm putting
who you
Saka
put?
forward personally. I'm putting Saka forward.
No, I'm
In
putting
terms
someone
of
like Zola. Low key.
who,
Zola, Gianfranco Zola.
wasn't he more of a center forward?
Yeah, but then like
If
in
we're
his
doing
years
that,
now,
then give me Dennis
when he
Bergkamp,
played
bro. No, if we're doing that, give me Dennis
when he
Bergkamp.
now, but then when he played right winger and Crespo was playing up top, like
I,
Yeah,
won
I
trophies
was
with
wondering why you guys didn't do like Henri to left wing,
we could do four
have
four two.
Hazard right wing, and Brecken up top or something
We
like
could
that.
do a 4-4-2. If we were, let's just run through it real quick. If we were to do a 4-4-2, it would be the same defense in my opinion. I think it would be Vieira, Lampard. I think
Mhm.
Hazard, Drogba, Henri, and on that right side, you brought up Zola. I think Saka is a greater Arsenal player than Gianfranco Zola is a Chelsea player already, and I don't think that's crazy to say. Just in terms of what
Nah,
he
I don't
represents,
think so.
he
Nah,
he brought us
I'm
back from
not
the
sure.
darkness, bro. Like the dark
Yeah, but
days,
then like
bro. Like yo,
true,
niggas love
I
Saka,
value
bro. You know what I
nah,
mean?
true. I value rep, and I value that for real. Like, but then like, and even if I gave that Crystal Palace example, I think Arsenal is obviously a much bigger club than Crystal Palace. So I
Mhm.
think for definitely, I think Saka is one of Arsenal's top. Like when if Arsenal fans nowadays are
Favorite
talking about
players.
like they
Yeah,
have
yeah.
exactly what I think for him to get that legend status, he just
He
needs
has to
one
win
trophy.
something. I
He just
agree.
needs
I
like
agree.
if he wins Prem this season, we can start putting him in some uncomfortable convos, like legacy
Yeah,
wise. But
I
I think
I agree.
Zola with the trophies here, he has to edge him.
I feel like it's literally just what you value when you're building an
Yeah.
all-time team. Literally. All right, so that should wrap it up. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I know it's been a while. We ain't posting a minute, but we back. We about to start posting more consistently. We're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
start a Prem recap series where we're gonna get some Premier League fans and recap the game weeks every week. We're gonna keep coming at y'all with the Champions League recaps with the main cast. Thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, follow on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, share. We'll put JK's shit in the description. Follow him on TikTok and all socials. Appreciate you for coming, bro.
Thank
Peace
you.
out. I'm gonna see y'all boys.
Yo.
All right.